Hi, my name is Brandis, and thank you so much for joining me in this video, and welcome to my channel. I kind of want to dive right in and talk about the 2024 presidential election. Not the usual things that you've probably been hearing, a lot of the content that you have been ingesting, just like I have. I want to come at this from a different perspective. I'm not here to steer you in a direction of who to vote for or who not to vote for, what party to go towards. That's not what this video is about. So if that's what you're looking for, you can kind of tune off right now. This is going to be more from a spiritual perspective. I first and foremost am a believer in Jesus Christ and a believer, a follower of the Most High God, living God. And that's what this video is kind of going to be about, because as I've been watching a lot of this content and I've been seeing a lot of the things play out about which side is better and why you should vote for this person or why you should not vote for that person, you can get a little bogged down and maybe a little stressed in hearing all of these things, and it shouldn't be that way. So I just want to kind of say, as believers, God is in control. As a matter of fact, He is the Most High, and He decides who is going to rule and who's going to be in authority. And that's what we should remember, like straight up, just straight up. So whoever's in power, whoever gets elected, that is who is already been predestined to be in office. And again, if you're not a believer, this is going to sound a bit strange to you. But if you are a believer, it's not going to be that strange. And I can provide scriptures to kind of back that up as well. So I'm not implying that the issues that they're talking about are not important. And again, you can vote for whomever you want to. That is totally an individual decision. I just kind of want to bring it back to God is in complete control of all. And I'll just give you a few scriptures just to talk about that. So the first one is Daniel 4:7. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. And it says, "The decision is announced by messengers. The holy ones declare the verdict, so that the living may know that the Most High is sovereign over the kingdoms of men and gives them to anyone he wishes and sets over them the lowliest of men." Now that last statement, sets over them the lowliest of men, that's not a statement regarding any candidate or any person. That's just what it says in the Bible. He as in the Most High God, can give a kingdom or authority to whomever he chooses. And we all know as believers that it's for his own purpose and it's for his will and it's for the greater good. So the next one we're going to talk about is how Jesus also acknowledges this same thing when he is being brought in front of Pilate for the second time after he has been flogged. They place the crown of thorns on his head, and Pilate is basically asking him again, why should I free you? So let's go to that. Let's read from the book of John, chapter 19, verses 10 through 11. "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Don't you realize I have power either to free you or to crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above. Therefore, the one who handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin." Again, this is Jesus acknowledging that even though Pilate has power, he wouldn't have that power if it were not given to him from an entity that is so much further above him and gave him that power. Again and again, God confirms that he decides who should rule. And as believers, it is our job to trust in God and not in man. And if you're a believer and you've been reading the Bible, you know that this statement is true. We are to believe in God. He is the greater power man will disappoint. And just in case you are a new believer, or maybe you've just forgotten, I have a couple of verses as well that also state this. The first one we'll go to is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 5. So this is Ecclesiastes 11:5. As you do not know the path of the wind, or how the body is formed in a mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things. To me, this verse lets us know that we don't understand God's ways, and we're not supposed to understand God's ways. We're supposed to trust in Him. So the next one I want to read to you from is Jeremiah 17:7-8. So that's the book of Jeremiah. That is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, 7-8. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. He will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. Again, this is reiterating, if we trust in the Lord, then He will provide. But if we don't, then we are subject to fear. We're subject to things that are happening in the world that really has nothing to do with us. And that is why I would encourage not just myself, which I have been doing lately, is to draw closer to the Lord and have more trust and more faith in Him, because He ultimately will provide for us. It is not man. It doesn't matter who's in office. As my mom says, still got to go to work, still got to pay bills, still got to live your life. So continue to do what you need to do. But understand that what is happening and what you're seeing right now, you can't say, oh, it's the end of the world, it's this, it's that. We don't know when that time is coming, but what we can control is our faith in God. So I hope that encourages you, and I hope that it also encourages you to get deeper into the Word and start studying these things for yourself, because I have read to you just what I have gleaned, and these are just a few verses regarding God's authority to grant power to whom He wants, and also for our faith in Him and our trust in Him. So if you like this content, or maybe even if you have a comment, please leave it below. Please also subscribe. I want to go further into this subject. I am going to go further into this subject, and also talk about Nebuchadnezzar from the book of Daniel. And again, if you haven't read Daniel, I would highly encourage you to go and read that book. It is very, very entertaining and very eye-opening as well. All right. So until next time, please be encouraged. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next video.